Hi, everyone. We know that communication is challenging when you have aphasia, but it's challenging not just on those individuals who have aphasia, it's challenging for the people around them as well. So today I wanted to give some suggestions, some tips on ways that we can help to alleviate some of those difficulties and hopefully improve communication overall between the individuals with aphasia and those who are communicating with them. So first thing is to limit any distractions going on. Now this can be auditory or visual. If there's a TV on in the background or a radio, or there's a conversation going on, you may want to move to a quiet space to have that conversation. We know that people with aphasia have trouble processing information. So any of those extra distractions, eliminating them can help. Even visual distractions. So if there's a window next door and there's kids playing outside and you're trying to have a conversation, but they can see outside that window, it may distract them. Attention is often affected in individuals who have aphasia. And so it's hard for them to focus, concentrate, and maintain attention sometimes that's necessary in order to follow a conversation. This is another important one. You want to get their attention before you start talking to them. If they're in the next room and you're trying to ask them to do something, they may not process those instructions. It's not that they're ignoring you, or that they just did the wrong thing. It's that they probably didn't process all of it. They benefit from seeing you. Those visual cues, gestural cues can be really helpful. That's actually another one that I didn't put on here, but providing gestures while you talk can be really helpful too, because it reinforces those key words. So, hey, did you brush your teeth and comb your hair? Instead of just saying it. And perhaps it's also another way to show them a way that they can also communicate back to you. Using short, simple phrases is another really important thing. You don't have to speak louder. You want to maintain an adult tone, but putting pauses where they naturally would occur. Think of where you would put a comma or a period in a passage, a written passage. This helps just to chunk that information a little bit and allows for more processing time. Asking yes and no questions can be helpful as well, rather than requiring a response or asking a question that requires a more thorough response. It's helpful sometimes to write down the yes and no in case their yes and no responses are inaccurate or unreliable, which is not an uncommon thing. It also can be beneficial to encourage them to nod their head, yes, no, with their response, because usually that allows for a little bit more accuracy. Another one that I really like, and I think also helps with comprehension, it's almost like you're sort of helping treat the issue, is writing keywords as you're talking. So, hey, we have a dentist appointment on Thursday at 2:00. So you're supplementing, you don't have to write down every single word. Those little words usually aren't helpful anyway. Write down the keywords as you're saying it. It reinforces that verbal and visual and will help with comprehension, both auditorily and reading comprehension, single word reading comprehension. It's important to give the person with aphasia time to respond. They likely know what they want to say, are trying to figure out, access that word, formulate that sentence. Give them time. If they need your help, they'll ask. Provide the person with aphasia other ways to communicate. So before jumping in and trying to help, say, hey, can you show me what you're talking about? Or can you gesture it? Or is it something that you can write, at least the first letter? It's amazing with a little bit of context and an initial letter or two, how much that can help solve the problem. And then lastly, this one I think is so important. if the person with aphasia has successfully communicated their message, but it wasn't perfect, it's okay. Let it go. They communicated what they needed to. You understood it. Let it be. You don't have to always have them feel like they're being drilled and need to have a response that is perfect. Okay, communication is communication. And if they get that message across, then goal complete. So I hope that helps give some ideas of ways that can help you communicate with your loved one who might have aphasia. If you have any questions about anything I discussed today, please don't hesitate to get in touch. You can book a consultation with us online through our website. And if you're interested in pursuing some online speech and language therapy, we have pretty flexible scheduling and intensive options. You can always schedule a free initial consultation with us so that we can get a sense of what challenges you might be having and if we might be able to help you out. As always, thanks for listening, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.